For the record, today is Tuesday, September 8th, 2020. We are in the City Hall auditorium. Present in the auditorium is Councilman Walden, Councilwoman Wagner, Councilman Rubino, Councilwoman Roulette, Councilman Oliver, and on the phone, I believe we have Councilman Kavanaugh calling in, zooming in. Right. That's my understanding, he was zooming in. So, so with that said, before we jump into the agenda items, could we please stand and pledge the flag?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, moving into item 1, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting held on August 17th, 2020. So moved. Councilman Wagner?
Second.
And second by Councilman Walden. Are there questions or comments on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Item 2, I'll entertain a motion to consider business by the ordinance subcommittee.
I'll move it.
Thank you, Councilman Lovett,
Second.
and second by Councilman Rubino. And I'll turn this over to you, Councilman.
Well, we met tonight and we went over the item 3 next on the agenda. It was unanimous to bring it schedule from this committee to schedule for a public hearing. There's a couple of other items that we discussed that really when we acknowledged letters that we already received, and we're looking into the other ones as we recommend one of them to public counsel for his rendition on it first, and then the other one we decided not to take any action on. That's it.
Okay. This doesn't require a vote. And item 3 moves into that next order of business that the ordinance committee is recommending. So just to clean up the motion, all in favor? Any opposed? And thank you for the report. All right, moving into item 3. I'll entertain a motion to schedule a virtual public hearing to begin at 6:30 p.m. on Monday, September 21st, 2020, for the purpose of soliciting citizen input regarding the creation of the Veterans Advisory Committee.
I'll move it.
Thank you, Councilman Medina.
Second.
And second by Councilwoman Millett. And I don't know, is there anything that you wanted to add to what this ordinance would be like? That's right.
Just a question, Veterans Advisory Committee, what will that be? What's the purpose of that?
Okay. So, Connecticut General Statute, Section 27-135, requires every municipality do one of 2 things. You either appoint a liaison, a town employee, who would serve as a liaison to the local veterans, or you create a local Veterans Advisory Committee. So here in Torrington, we have our Veteran Service Office, but that is not an official city committee. It is their own entity.
I know I was getting that confused because I knew Len Dubé, so I knew what he was doing. Yeah, thank you very much.
Absolutely. So, so this will bring us into compliance with that statute and give that office or those veterans a process and framework for them to continue to do what they've been doing for the past 20 years. Other questions or comments on the motion? Seeing and hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, I'll entertain a motion to accept the mayor's reappointment of Robert Milano to this Torrington Housing Authority Board. This is for a 4-year term, which will expire on September 1st, 2025.
So.
Second.
Councilman Oliver, and I heard second by Councilwoman Wagner. Any questions on this motion?
Just one, Mayor?
You said 4-year terms is 5 on the paper, on the agenda. Just want to make sure, one or the other.
You know what, I misread it, it is a 5-year term.
Thank you.
Other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5, I'll entertain a motion to approve the mayor's appointment of Alexa Keenan as a blight hearing officer to fill the remainder of a 2-year term, which expires December 31st, 2020.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman.
Second.
Walden, and then Councilwoman Ruette. And are there questions on this motion? Just for your information, this brings our blight hearing officer appointments to 3, which is in compliance with our ordinance. So if there are no questions on the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, I'll entertain a motion to approve the hiring of outside temporary counsel to handle assessment appeals resulting from the city's 10-year revaluation in accordance with Attorney Michelle's memo dated September 3rd, 2020.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilor Miller, and second by Councilor Rubino. Are there questions?
I just want to commend Corporation Council for trying to maintain those cost of budget. It's not easy to do.
We try our best.
I know you do, so I just want to thank you.
Okay. No questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 7, I'll entertain a motion acting here as WPCA to approve the following payments from Fund 490 Sanitary Sewer Capital Improvements. The 9/8/2020 invoice for Salt Marsh Industries in the sum of $79,861. The July 8th invoice for Right Clears in the sum of $13,029.22. And the invoice dated 8/12/2020, again to Right Clears for $2,140.81.
So moved.
Thank you. Councilman Waldron, seconded by Councilwoman Wagner. Are there questions on this motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8, I'll entertain a motion to accept the building department's report for the month of July 2020.
So,
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Second.
And second by Councilman Waldron. Are there questions on the report? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 9, I'll entertain a motion to accept Corporation Council's recommendation and authorize the mayor pursuant to CGS Section 12-179 to release the liens described in Attorney Michelle's memo dated September 8th, 2020.
So moved.
Councilman Morgan.
Second.
And second by Councilman Medina. Questions or?
Mayor, if I may, just a slight correction. The agenda shows that to release the liens pursuant to 12-179. This particular memo also includes the releasing of the white lien, which is authorized by Section 7-148
Okay, so the motion would need to be amended to include section 7-148 double A for the release of writing.
Yep.
Councilman Walton?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So as amended, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 10. I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation of the tax collector and authorize the tax refunds indicated in the list dated September 8th, 2020.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Morgan.
second.
And second by Councilman Morgan. Questions on this memo or the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 11, acting here as a WPCA, I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation of the tax collector and authorize the sewer use refunds indicated in the list dated September 8th.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Bino. Questions on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 12, I'll entertain a motion to consider business by department heads.
Move
I heard Councilman Morgan and Councilman Wagner. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So, zooming in, I have, Ed Towsey, I know he's muted. I don't know if there's, anything he wanted to add this evening. And I'll turn to Publishing Council.
Nothing, Your Honor. Your Honor.
I'll take that. Anything from Super?
Just preparing for the storm that will be absentee ballots. We're already getting a lot of calls asking, what people need to do to get their absentee ballots, and we're telling them if they can wait for the state to mail them their applications, because the state's mailing applications to every registered voter. But a lot of people, maybe because of the delay in getting them for the primary, don't want to take their chances, so they're already mailing us the application forms. So we're just hoping we don't end up with a bunch of duplicates when they finally do receive theirs. It is what it is. We're ready for it.
So how is the validation process through the city clerk's office? So,
The validation process.
well, validating, whether or not you have to do it.
Yeah, so Carol, when we have signatures that are deemed questionable, she pulls it aside and looks at previous years and matches them up and, does a little evaluation that way.
Pretty effective.
It is, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that in the primary, the volume of those absentee ballots sort of made it a little bit hard for the registrar and the city clerk to work in a restricted area. Are you working on an alternative location to be able to do that?
Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head, but we're using a new space at one of the schools that hasn't been used previously.
I think, yeah, I guess a little bit more was
Yeah,
next step.
I think that is.
Right. So, perfect example of pivoting.
Yeah, right.
All right, there being no other department heads, unless it is unmuted. I'll move into item 13 and entertain a motion to consider business by the mayor and members of the council.
Second.
Thank you, Councilman Rubino, second by Councilwoman Ruette. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, starting, so everybody, welcome back.
Well, thank you, glad to be back. And said before, feeling good, getting stronger all the time, so thanks.
School started yet?
Yeah, school started today, and kids seem to be excited to be back. And went off pretty well. It's very different from now on.
Councilwoman Wagner.
Nothing good. The reported her first day at middle school went well. She said, everybody seems to be cooperative, the kids are good, and so fingers crossed, keep moving forward. And just a side comment, 5 Points new campus is being revamped and painted and all kinds of things going on there, and I'm delighted that I've been invited to help set up their library. So I'm surrounded by hundreds of art books, and it's like Lou said, I'm in heaven. But it's really coming along well, so I just wanted to update you.
Great. Councilman Rubino,
Nothing there.
Councilwoman Ruette.
Now also have to see Greg back and live, and love to see Councilman Cavanero sometime come back. Live. We miss you.
I wish I could hear. I'll assume I will assume it was some kind of insult, but that's okay.
He's unmuted. You can't mute us, right?
You're having fun at my expense. That's fine.
So you have the stage. Is there anything you wanted to add this evening?
Again, are you talking to me, Mar?
Yes. Anything any comments for the good of the order or?
Oh, no, I don't. I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you. And now Councilman Oliver.
No,
anything this
no,
evening?
thank you.
All right. Well then, I'm not going to belabor this. There being no further business before the council, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Claire.
Second.
Second, Councilman Oliver. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you all.